And we're back. We're back with another day of EVC Championship of Valorant. My name is Recorexia. I am here today beside me, a very good host in Get Me Outside. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. And I'll tell you what, I'm really excited for the games today. We have two teams from the same org, each with something to prove. And I think it's going to be amazing.
Exactly. I mean, you can see over here, like if you look into the group stage run right now, both the teams ended on 5 wins and 3 losses. So it's going to be quite crucial to see because it feels like we are. If you look at if we could tell you all about the stages right now, we are in the lower bracket quarterfinals as well. So the winner of this goes into semifinals as well. We have seen a lot of forfeits and a lot of games take place, but these two teams have been literally a replica of each other if you think about it.
That's true. I mean, they did come out of the group stage kind of with similar results, but we actually haven't seen Mauve, NS Mauve play that often. With a lot of forfeits this tournament, we actually haven't seen what they're capable of. And on the other hand, having gone through the group stage and barely making it into the playoffs for both teams, we saw Nexus 7 fall down to the lower bracket in their last match, kind of in dominant fashion, where they got a bit rolled on their last game. So they have something to prove here as well.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to be quite crucial to see because, like, I don't know if you stated this, but we are going directly to Pearl. Out of all the maps, I cannot believe it simply because of how crucial or how irritating this map may have been for some. Because in the end, it is split, but with a huge emphasis on mid. Like, the emphasis, I believe, on Pearl is a lot more because it just gives you so much control over the game. You play in mid, and then you got A link or B link, and clearly the defense has to one done scramble. What more can they do now?
I mean, that's true, but more importantly, I mean, Pearl, with the changes that were recently implemented, B side becomes a bit easier to retake and a bit easier to hold. So we don't have as much of a B heavy meta on Pearl where teams just kind of keep running B and then playing for post plant spams. But also, I mean, it's worth noting that in the last match that Nexus 7 played where they fell down to the lower bracket, they banned Pearl. That was their first ban. So it might not be a map that they're super comfortable on.
I mean, clearly it makes you wonder. Have all the teams over here come in away and they're like, yep, you know what? We are simply going to do our level best and make sure and be like, yep, whichever map might be against us, we might not select it or they must have kept it hidden. Because there's sometimes it's like you know when you're playing a game of cards, you don't show all your cards at once. You just wait for the right turn and at the right moment. And just because we know that these two teams are from the same org, but they are very different in playstyle and understanding as well. Maybe this was a trick. Maybe this was a trick. But clearly, I think so. We'll be going to the agent select in a few to find out what is going to be the composition. Are they going to be same or they could be different? What do you feel, Kets?
I mean, last time we saw Mauve play on Pearl, we saw a Harbor Astra comp. I mean, that is a very standard comp. I mean, deviating a little bit from the normal meta of Harbor Viper, but this double controller should still be good on this map. Again, we've never actually seen Nexus 7 play this map. They've banned it every time. So yeah, maybe they are hiding their cards, or maybe they've just never played the card game at all. We'll find out, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, you tend to wonder. I am a fan of poker, and when you're playing a game of poker, you tend to not show everything. You'd never be like, "Yep, I'm going to show all my traits today. I'm going to show every single bit of skill." But at the same time, you need to understand the how to put the body language and stuff. And clearly, this is going to be a long game. I clearly feel we could be going to a point where we could be seeing you in overtime because I don't know. I have just a feeling because both of these teams had a very similar group stage. So let's see. How do you
And
feel this could be happening? Yes.
well, we see Mauve on defense here to start off, and this could go well for them with the double controller comp. That's really good for defense, especially since they actually do seem to be running Viper now compared to the last time. And we're looking at a very heavy push towards B on this pistol run here by NXS.
Here.
So let's find out what happens. We are back. You're back. I am gonna say rise up because we are ready for another raid. And clearly the Viper orb coming the way, giving them the space to push down on site, but the Harbor Cascade is blocking it off. And clearly now the interesting part is using the Sky Flash and the dog over here gives you a lot of information like that. You flash and with the dog easily coming up, but because of Vicurians simply getting the dog and killing it earlier, they don't know what is happening. And this could be a situation where the right click is going to be. Oh my god, getting too thick! Perfect. Right there. Exactly. And oh my. Good gameplay. Good gameplay.
Sure, their Viper can put up a...
Cleaned up here by the defenders. I mean, perfect. Just perfect. That positioning from the Harbor was impeccable, staying hidden in their corner, waiting patiently, waiting until two people go past him before he starts shooting. I mean, that's trigger discipline, fundamentals. Amazing.
I mean, that's what we want to see. We want to see a bit of discipline, and maybe because even though people be like, "Yep, this might be a small tournament," or people be like, "Ah, yeah, why is it so important?" No, your basics and your fundamentals, you need to realize it. And clearly now, the team realizing that, yep, okay, we couldn't lose this round. They have gone for a little bit of a force with sheriffs on them, but clearly, will that be effective? It's one shot, one kill, but clearly going into a link there is presence being shown. The wall is blocking the turret as well. So till now the turret cannot collect any form of information. But the curious part over here is taking a 5-stack, which is ideally what you do. This is going to be very much helpful, but guess what? They're going to connect and this could be a spray of dreams and Vixen getting one, immediately pushing back. You know, the female right there to support and Vixen getting another.
Spike down
Harper
mid.
is left all alone with his Exactly. Oh, I like that skin though. That's one of my favorite sheriff skins, to be honest.
The idea from Nexus 7 here is not bad. To stay together, try to trade off each other. They have the weaker buy, so they want to trade off each other, but it just seemed like Mauve were patient. They waited. They read it well. They were not hyper aggressive. They didn't want to give them a gun that they didn't have. So it was very well played from Mauve here, staying patient and thinking about the round as a whole instead of just reacting to anything that 7 does.
And now we see this very funny situation where we could see Bicurin, damn. The orb, I believe, whenever I see this orb by Viper, I tend to wonder, like, why not just take shots? Because they cannot see what is happening. But using the high right now, just getting that information and stopping the site entry. Clearly, the harbors on both teams have to use as much as utilize they can to get and block the site. But guess what? This is the minute the wall goes down, it is going to be a frenzy. Trigger the civilian counterplay, but he's been traded away. But with a mark, can he do something? Damn! You with another. Taking the advantage.
I mean, it is a bonus round for Mauve here, so we are expecting Nexus to take that. It is interesting to me that they keep sending it fully with no lurkers or any sort of map control as they just off the map here.
I mean, the 5-stack always will help you at certain points of the game.
Hang on a
Not
minute.
just-
The 2v2 push.
If the secret already been used and they know where it is, but
Enemy
what
remaining.
is going on? And he didn't put the plant, did he now?
Oh,
And
Walls up.
that was that. I mean, you could have I expect him to stick the plant because the secret's being used would form a form of a delay which would push them back. Guess, what do you feel?
absolutely. I mean, there was a chance there for a bit of for them to stick. I mean, we had Sky going up. I mean, the Sky missed, so there's nothing you can do about that. But I think Astro should have stuck that. I think there was an opening there for that. But I mean,
Yeah,
now we're going into a full buy round from both teams. So now this is where it really gets interesting, and I'm excited to see what 7 does on this attack round now that everybody's bought.
I mean, we are going to see a form of full buy by both teams, and you just trying to get this orb, get the 9, be 1 kill away from the orb. Meanwhile, wait, what? Why were there so many nanoswarms put together? Clearly, people need to realize this, and this is fundamental of Valorant. If you put 1 nanoswarm or there are 2, it doesn't change the rate of damage. It is going to be the same.
Here.
So there's basics, but yeah, you can see like we talk about basics and how.
Well,
useful
you're
it
not
is.
thinking about the mental damage of getting
I
into
suggest
2
you
nanos.
move.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. But the reckoning coming into play and clearly working their favor. Skins get stunned. But here's the one.
Enemy
But
remaining.
it doesn't matter. It does it now.
The 1v3
Yeah, it's a very beautiful vandal as well.
gets 1.
Oh, just saw the beautiful pick and now confusing. But they know the spike is in A main. You know the
Going to
spike
be-
is left there.
It's going to be difficult for him to get to the spike, especially with just 70 HP. I mean, I can't see it happening, but if he can isolate these fights, it's possible.
I mean,
30
clearly you have
seconds
to see,
left.
and that's what they're doing. Ooh, this rotation. Are they going for a save? Or he's just trying to look like, hey, look, could somebody be there? It's just those little things like in water, could somebody just be waiting there? And they are thinking of the flying, but I think that this is going to be as easy as possible. And nope. Smith says, nope, we're getting another round. And then 3 to 1, 2.
I myself
I
Now-
cannot
did
believe it.
win.
It's
Now
going to
can
NSX.
Nexus- I mean, now Nexus 7 has to come down to a save. I mean, they do have that jet out, so that could, substitute for a gun. And we might see some. I mean, I'm hoping to see some really crazy plays from Rio here to save their team because they need that right now. They need someone to really pop off here.
I mean, someone to pop off or even cause a lot of damage. That's all, like economic damage. Like, even if you give away this round, if you get the operator off, you clearly
Get out of
see
my
the
way.
amount of damage that is going to be done to the economy in this game. The Cascade again coming to play, and the Sky Flash is not going to detect anybody, giving a lot of information about A main clearly. Whereas they clearly see the attackers are now trying to get a bit of control in D through mid doors towards Link, and now they know that there's somebody there. Meanwhile, you can see how ahead Sky has gone. Sky is literally at the orb, and that's simply because of the flash and the dog. You know a fun fact that the Tigress of like what are the Australian Tigress that has been shown by Sky as an ability is now extinct. Which
Oh.
just goes.
Yeah, right.
It was recently told to me, and I was just like, oh, that's actually kind of sad because somebody just told, oh, it's because of Sky using her ability so many times the Tigress is dead. I was like,
I've always wondered what the bird was. They never really mentioned it. We know it's a Tasmanian tiger, but what's the bird? What specific bird is it?
Here.
I guess I don't know.
Hawk. I guess she does say hawk out.
Hawk, yeah, I mean, yeah, because no, it's gliding, right? There's no flapping of wings,
Yeah,
so you
that's
tend to
true.
wonder. And when we talk about birds, you can clearly see the amount of map control that the defense has right here. But a lot of map control has been
30
taken away
left.
as well.
See that?
And
What a
Skinny
shot.
Demon gets one in waters, but still,
Incredible shot.
where are they going to plant?
I'm 50-50 on this idea of pushing together on these eco rounds. Yes, you can trade out, and there are the blade songs. we were talking about earlier. They don't have time though.
10 seconds
All
left.
coming into play, but missing the first shot. Spike planter is taken down.
B.
But do they have 4 seconds? The plant doesn't go on. They don't
Last
have
player
time.
standing.
But that's too late of a plant.
That is a disaster. I mean, they
Yeah.
almost had it, and you know, I was saying I'm not sure about this 50-50, and I think that comes into play there because you know, going as a unit, yes, you can trade, but you don't have any map control. You can't get onto these sites fast. Pearl needs you to split up. You cannot be pushing one single lane with your entire team. It just is too difficult to flood in and have time to plant.
I mean, clearly there's one more thing. There's something which is very interesting that you tend to wonder over here. Like, this is something which I remember when I was doing a little bit of like uh, coaching and analysis. I always tell the players, like, if you're giving up, if you're trying to take map control some at one point, have a flank. The whole point of a
Absolutely.
flank could be used just for presence. Even any form of presence. Like, look at the smokes put over here because the jet. You see, the attacking jet is just there, dude. And oh my god, on the bucket!
Two with it.
Yeah.
Can he get more?
Okay.
He's on for more.
He should have kept the bucket, but he's not using his turret, which is quite interesting. I'm kind of surprised he's not put his turret down. Okay, we talk about that, and that has been done.
Is he
As a
listening in? I
caster,
wonder.
yeah, no, as a caster, I've been known to make a
Gun
lot of
here.
predictions, be it in Valorant or even Rocket League. So you never know. You never know. Forecasting is that
Mauve
thing.
has left B. I just want to bring attention. Mauve has left B, and it looks like Nexus 7 is actually heading towards there. This might be a big mistake from Mauve. They've over-rotated. They saw people in mid, and they just completely abandoned side.
I mean, they have abandoned side, but the thing is, they know they have the man advantage. So even if they want, they can play on the post plan. They've got the KJ util
30
activated.
seconds
They
left.
even have the Astra abilities as well, just to delay the plan. With the turret coming down, they immediately know that somebody that he is.
Spike planted.
But the lockdown coming to the oh my
Oh
god!
my god.
Isli, but thank you very much. Wait, I was worried that he might not destroy the thing. But
I've
now
got
he
your
makes it
trail.
all alone, but it is a 2v2. He's quite curious because Seeker the outfield.
One
He's
enemy
going for
remaining.
a straight, spreading his man. And ending the round with a 4K. A
What
bit
an
lucky.
incredible round from Ixley.
Yeah, it was a carry. It was a
These
clear carry.
parasites
But
aren't
it
That
a
was
nice carry.
incredible, yeah. I mean, you know, you have to hold these sites a little bit stronger from Mauve here. I really don't like this. I mean, they were doing this before as well. They were over-rotating. I think they need to get that under control a little bit.
I mean, over rotations are fine when you have the man advantage, but I think so. What they're letting go of is they have no form of util for any information gathering at B. So if you leave B empty, you leave B main empty, how are they even going to find out there's no player over there? You rotate. Like, you can see the turret. The turret has been left for B link. The alarm bot has been left for A link, which is good. But at the same point, you tend to wonder, okay, what else could I use my ability for? And clearly, you're now getting control of A main as well. They are going to go for the orb as well as a flash is going to give away the location, which is going to be interesting because the minute the smoke goes down, how are they going to play it is going to be quite curious case.
We do have a Harbor ult and an Astra ult on the side of Nexus Mauve who are on the defense. So if they do flood onto A side, we might see a quick Harbor ult for a very fast flood retake here. At least I'm hoping, because it's going to be. I mean, Harbor ult can also be used for the retake. If that doesn't work, obviously they still have the Astra ult as well.
I would like to point out, look at the defender jet. He's scaled
Not
up so
bad.
much, and now they know that hey, it's good. So now it's like the rotation. If you wonder why the rotation not coming in, it's simply because but the ult, the KJ lockdown coming into play, and clearly the rotation. And now I wonder if they're expecting a flank. The alarm bot is right there, but the attackers are not even gone on this side for the
30
plant.
seconds left.
There goes
So I
the ult
believe-
though. The Harbor ult is just taken off just now. And Min
Spike
needs
planted.
to relax because he has the ult for the retake here.
Exactly, but the flank you see right there. I think he's really telling his teammates, come on a bit earlier. I don't even think so. They're anticipating a flank. He sees one, but he doesn't even get it because right there, Byrokin is there, and the defense finishes off in style. I mean, I know I was focusing a bit on the flank, but the whole point of the flank is the presence. That's what we're talking about. Like when the team was pushing on the side, like I just like to say here, they pushed completely to A, leaving B
something
completely, be it Link or even main. That's that.
That's true. I mean, with the flank, I would have liked to see him make a bit more noise to distract them a little bit. It was a bit of a silent flank, but I think the good thing there is that it still gives him confidence that his teammates on site were still able to defend it. Especially again, we saw Ixley, Smin and Wilken able to defend it really well, getting on that high ground and getting a good shots off.
I mean, that's what you want to see. This time, instead of using the Viper smoke, they're using the Jet smoke, which could be, it's a temporary fix, but at the same time, it
We're
helps
getting
you
our
as
first
much
flank.
as...
First
it just helps you.
alert.
We are getting, it's like they're hearing us. Now I'm worried. We have a delay, by the way, for the people who are in the chat who might be wondering, these people are discussing? No, there's a delay of 3 minutes. So if you're not seeing your message, apologies. We don't mean it, but yeah. Other than that, I hope you're enjoying this. If you are, do give it a follow. Do follow us. But the Seekers are out into play, and Miss T is just holding his. Now you can see the flank over here. But the issue is, again, where is the presence on B? You have put the. Now I want to, if possible, I just want to see if they're using the Viper wall, get some form of information. But guess what? Vixen on. A Sky on an op.
High op. I mean, I've never seen it before, but it's working. It's working perfectly.
Poison pit is coming. The Viper pit coming to play, but is it going to be getting to the point? They have to go for the.
30
This
seconds
is
left.
extremely bold to push a Viper's pit with
Last
an op.
player standing.
But it's working in their favor, and clearly.
He did the molly! Oh. He just tanked the molly to get rid of the planter.
Yeah, but I'm okay. I feel bad they didn't get the orb. But now this is where I get a little bit more worried. Like, worried in the way of the defenders. Like, you get a pick, push back, and y'all are waiting. But they're just waiting. It's like they're not trying to even capture more map control. Whereas the attackers, we're not going to see rotate. I think so. In the last 8 rounds, they've not seen any form of rotation. The only rotation we saw was when they were on the save, and they missed the plan. That was, I think, the round number 4, or round number 5, where they made this error. But as we are seeing no rotation, I believe like the attackers now come to be like, hey, look, okay, the Viper, okay, that orb was not the best orb, to be honest. But you're getting.
Get out of my way.
I just.
Turret's destroyed.
It's bizarre to me, but it's been like it's like the 4th round, and we still haven't had the Harbor or the Astra out on the side of the ball. They just keep dying early.
I suggest you
dying.
move!
We're not getting the outs that we need to see. We actually see the Nexus 7 Harbor
Last
out
player
before
standing.
Mauve.
Exactly, and the close coming into play is just acting like a bit of a defensive mechanism for the plant to be put down, and yeah,
Spike
that's
planted.
Baskin. But yeah, clearly at this point, Vixen is all alone. I believe he might be like the crucial operator for the team, so maybe that's why. But playing Jet with an op, kind of risky. Not Jet, sorry, Sky, because you have to focus on your flashes, the information gathering part of it. But the location has been now given out, and now the peaks are going to come into play. They are going to play around and toy with their food just to get as much of information as they can.
He's
The
gonna
high
need to get
tide.
he's gonna need a really good headshot with this Marshall.
Yeah, but with the high tide, the flashes, he's got another flash, but the minute that the battle is out, it is all over.
All targets clear.
Fortunately, there's no way you're coming out of that unscathed. I really want to see the Harbor out, the Astra out come out. It still hasn't.
It hasn't, and I don't know why they're waiting. Okay, so for people wondering, NS Nexus 7 Mauve is NXS M, and Nexus, if I'm correct, is Nexus 7 is the one without the X, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, somebody in the chat put it out, and I was like, oh wait, we didn't clarify that out.
That's
So, yeah.
true. I mean,
Placing
just to
swarm
add more
grenade.
context, Mauve is the academy team of Nexus 7. So Nexus 7 are fighting to kind of keep their status, and Mauve is fighting to prove themselves as that to show that they're just as good as the A team.
A team or B team, as long as there's an academy, we are happy, because I think so at this point, with everything that's happening in this game, you tend to wonder what is happening. But the first time we're seeing a split, and guess what? The split is working in their favor, because the minute we saw some form of aggression on B, there was a complete rotate, because they don't expect a split, do they now? But guess what? The re-aggression has been so slow because it worked. The flag Worked. But they
Who
had
would
no
expect
information.
anyone to overrotate like that?
And guess what? The comeback, they rotated.
I've got your trail. Bye.
Oh
What
my
a
god!
nice
Philip
spray.
through the.
Enemy
Oh, it's another. Going down just because of vulnerability, but the plant has to come down immediately. But the reckoning, as we've been talking, the defensive reckoning coming into play and stunning
Spike
as many
planted.
players as they
Exactly
can.
what I want to see. The perfect reckoning for the delay and for the retake. I mean, beautiful.
here.
But now with the cascade, oh, wait,
Last
where's
player
the
standing.
flow? Oh yeah, that's this. This is GG. They are not going to get the diffuser. Are they? Hey, okay.
Clean it up. I mean, that's
That's
exactly what I was talking about. When you see a flood like that and the time's a bit low, you need to use that harbor auto delay because it is really, really good at that. Like, it can stop a plant, it can stop a take. I mean, it's perfect for that exact reason, and I can't believe it took 4 rounds for them to actually finally use it.
I mean, everything has its place and its time, if that makes sense. But-
They were
And I
waiting
believe
for the right time.
it feels like you're just like, you know what, we'll just toy a little bit with them. We'll just toy. Anyway, they're academy. What do we do? Or they might think about us as academy. So you know what? We'll just play a little bit. And guess what? It bit them.
We say
But guess
Byakuya
what?
here with the blade storm, but no gun. So he has just a few more knives. With those, and he has no weapon.
Yeah, at some point you have to even realize that, hey, look, I can not only
Scout
the dash and the blades can help you to a certain point. But guess what? The amount of this. Oh,
There it
I
goes.
can just try.
There it
and he
goes.
loses. Yeah.
Now he has no gun, and he's going in with a classic and just dying.
And that is how we want to see our teammates dying. We appreciate it. Thank you for being on the front lines. But he got information. I think so that will mean that, hey, look, is there a flank? No. But look at that flank. They have
Here.
even covered it with the turret and the alarm bot. This is going to be a 5-man stack immediately on the side. I believe we could see it sooner than later.
Last
So
player
now from
standing.
what on earth was Rick
Say
doing?
your
Was he
buddy,
waiting for
my
something? Was he waiting for
He
anything?
fell asleep a little bit
Found
there.
one.
Yeah, but Seek is coming out. I believe we should have not used it. We could have waited for the
3
next
for
round.
3.
But guess what? This rotation will be caught. Because the sneak. Okay, the pixels. And trying to get on the rotation, but imagine they rotate back
30
now.
seconds left.
How much time? They've got less than 30 seconds left on the clock, and now the rotations are coming into play. Ixi is just running for his life. Like, yep. But I want to see right now. Production, just show me how many orbs are needed for the ultimate. Okay. Okay, the birds are using their wings. Okay. Vixen gets another, but he's on 15
10,
and
10 seconds left. Spike
This
planted.
is doable, but it's really contingent on Nexus 7 making mistakes. If Nexus 7 don't make any mistakes, this is not really going to work out.
Ah, it's gonna be interesting.
Looks like there was some server lag there with that
Yeah.
shot where we thought he fell asleep.
Could be.
He's isolated.
Miss. Getting smashed. 6-5, and we are going to the last round with the possibility of ending it on 6-all. On a
Last
map like
round
Paul,
in the
getting into
half.
6-all is quite crucial, but I believe this is where we have to discuss. Okay, a timeout has been taken.
A timeout on the final round.
Yeah. I think so it's
Ah.
a timeout just to just check. I
Right.
believe it's like a timeout just you know what? It's fine. Let's just wait it out. Because I think so the server lag is gonna affect the player sooner than later. So I think so. I believe we could be heading to a tech pause if this lag continues even after this tactical timeout. But clearly taking this tactical timeout, what could you think? Okay, now we have not the best economy. They can buy weapons. They all can buy weapons and shields. But clearly, I would expect Mist to use his lockdown. They have to play it on their lockdown. So either come with a lockdown, initiate the fake, and go on to B, which could be interesting.
I actually can't see them all buying. I mean, on the side of Nexus 7, we have 3 people who might end up having to buy bulldogs if they're going to light shields because they don't really have the money for heavy shields and a gun on this last round. They might be able to buy light shields and a gun, but we see Harbor on the side of Mauve with just a stinger. Look, the most important thing here is that it's a final round. We need to see ults. We need to see all the ults that can be used. And I see that Rigged is one away from his own KJ ult as well on the defender side. And that, if he can get a kill early on or get an orb, that could be crucial for the retake combined with the Astro ult. I mean, it could be perfect.
It just makes you wonder how many okay, the Astro Wall. I've not seen it been committed the entire game. Have you? I just
I
clocked
haven't.
it.
He's had it since like round 4, and he hasn't used it at all, not for a retake or for a hold. So it's shocking that we see so few ults, and we and then when we do see an ult, it's someone using it without a gun. So I think the ult usage can be improved here a lot. And but I'm really excited for this last round because I'm really hoping that Rick gets his ult, and then we see a KJ Astra ult combo for the retake here. That would be the way to go about this round, I think.
I mean, that's what we all want to see now, isn't that? Because as an Astra main, I like the wall. Like, I'm just going to be honest. The Astra wall just makes you happy because, in a way, you can fake it and use it to get so much map control. And on the other hand, you can either use it to just diffuse and people don't even realize it's happening. Like, play
Yeah.
with, smoke yourself up, use the wall, and people are like, is the diffuse even happening? And until they get into the side, they're like, we don't know. That's just two reasons why I like Fade and Astra. You can play with the sounds of the against your opponents. So there's that.
You're absolutely right. I mean, the cutting off of sound is one of the most underrated aspects of the Astra ult. I mean, you can ninja diffuse, you can push, you can do anything behind the wall, and they'd never know.
You never know, you will never know, and that's the best part about it. I mean, I think it's more because I enjoy bluffing. So I'm like, you know what, we can just toy around a little bit here
There's
and
that
there.
poker again.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the bluffs and everything. And I think so right now, players are just checking out. Like if you're wondering like why the players are still,
It
I think
looks
so
like
the
we're
lag.
almost ready.
Yeah, I believe the lag is not that. Might be a server thing which is gone now, or like for a few seconds. You tend to wonder, is all ready? Let's find out. Okay, they're still. Wait, are they lagging or they're not lagging? I'm so.
I think they're
Ah,
testing it out, but I think it should be okay. I think we're about to start. There we go. And we're heading back into the round again. Just to remind everybody, Rigged is one away from his ult. That's, I think, what they should be prioritizing. But he's starting out in mid, so it doesn't look like they are.
the cascade is come and it's coming deep, but it's come at such an angle that yeah, exactly what Victor is doing. Playing on the angle. Buicken gets one, and guess what? I think this is where the issue lies. When you play a bit aggressive, I think so the player should have waited, like hit in the cubby part over there, in belong, simply
You should
for the KJ ultimate. But now they're using it on the attack to push on the side. But guess what? The Astra Wall has been used at last. But I think so now I would have expected it to be used, you know what, to be honest. It should have been used after.
blinded.
But okay. Maybe one player has disconnected and another wanted to see what happens because we could be seeing in player expose. I'm not so sure.
2v2 retake here.
It is. It's really wait, what? He had two vandals? Damn. The plant is not down.
One enemy
It's just like to
remaining.
inform you.
If Rick
Miz
could have
go-
gotten one, he would have had out there.
Exactly, but Miz and they're playing Ringa Ringa. Rose is right here. Walking, observing, seeking,
He has
30
the angle.
seconds left.
He's speaking,
He
he
looks
looks
away.
away. What? He goes away with the
Okay,
spike.
Last player standing.
It's a
Oh,
1v1.
It's a cat and mouse race right here, fellows, in the last round of this half on Pearl. Okay, there is lag. Okay, that's interesting to watch.
Some
But the
technical
plant
difficulties
10
coming.
seconds
here.
left.
Yeah, the plant comes down and now you makes you wonder. Where is View gonna sit? Where is he
Look-
gonna be?
It does look like it's Planta for Seeker here, so I think I'm expecting him to just hold it out here. He's expecting Hopper to come from CT here.
Yeah, but where the
Popping
I'm
knives
curious
as
what are
well.
abilities? Okay, so the clove is there for the okay, so imagine the clove goes down, he can stick it to half and come back. Can he? Yeah, he can do that. He can put the clove down, get a half plant. But with the high tide also coming as well, he's gonna block
Spotted.
a lot of vision.
He's spotted.
He is spotted, but he should have gone for the diffuse. But
He knows.
guess
He's
what?
waiting.
And he gets it back.
Going away.
And
Perfectly played.
Yeah, exactly. Finishing off with style.
Perfectly played. Waiting
Clutch.
patiently. I mean, being aware of the
My
time,
proximity
waiting
depth
patiently,
really
getting that
added to
tap
the
on.
fun.
So he has no choice but to rush in, especially with that cove up.
Switching sides.
You can't break that cove with jet knives. It's just not something you can do. So he knows he's gonna have to run in.
Exactly. I didn't know that you could actually. Like, I was surprised to know that you can actually. What do you say? Can you actually break the clove with the jet knife?
I think you might be able to, but I think it would take all five of them. So
Yeah, but then he has a vandal with him as well. So I think so. You'd have idly focused on using the vandal to simply get the close down and then like cause that bit of hesitation, re-understanding. But yeah, I mean, I think so. I even want to see where I think so. There could be a redone maybe for this round.
we might be looking at a restart of the whole game. It seems like.
The whole game?
No. Just I think we're just gonna have to restart the server, it seems. And then
Wait, you can restart servers? I didn't know that.
yep,
Damn.
you can recreate the map.
Okay, like that. I was like wondering, like, how do you deal with the main servers of Valorant? Like, is that even possible?
Looks like we're getting a somewhat long tech pause here as production looks to recreate the map themselves.
Yeah, I believe we might be going back to caster decks, so we'll see our faces. We might be switching to caster decks.
I mean, that was quite the half, though, regardless of the technical difficulties. I mean, a great, great half from Mauve, especially. I mean, again, it's something to prove. I mean, they've come in, they've done a bit. I mean, there was some over rotations and some lack of ult usage, but still a great half. Very patient, not over peaking, nothing, nothing crazy. Very well played. Good shots, too.
It was good shots, but I just want to talk about the attackers. And I think that there was simply one thing which they have to keep in mind. The simple answer to everything is presence. And we saw this multiple times. They played with it at the end where the rotations were coming into play. Might have been successful, it actually very much failed many a times because let's break down the last round actually. Like if we go into this, I think so we've got time on our hands. So if you look at the last round, KJ was flanking away into A main. If KJ could have slowly pushed up, whereas the players afterwards, if you had to look at them, their players could have gone just before ramp near the box and just stayed there. Stay there and be like, okay, you know what, we'll just wait. Using the Viper or just to push onto and be behind the boxes. Now you couldn't be shot through the boxes. Put the lockdown down and immediately after that, tell them like, hey, we might be attacking A. We're not showing your flank till now. And make the lockdown be a fake. The minute the rotations come into play, because you have seen it before, the rotations did happen. I know the players clocked it, but they should have. But because the rotations coming into play, push onto B main, like push onto site. And then the Astra wall would have been used for the post plant. So that's something, food for thought, just to keep in mind. I think so it's
Yeah,
all
I
depending.
mean, it all kind of comes down to, like you said, presence. But more than that, I think there's a big disconnect between the players of both sides here. I mean, we see it on Nexus 7 as well. When they push, they're kind of pushing as a whole unit, trading off each other. But what Pearl especially really needs you to do as an attacker side is to split up. You need to lurk. You need to get control of multiple lanes of a map. Like if you're going B, you need to go, B link and long. If you're going A, you need to go A link, art, and A short. You need to do that, and you need to have trust in your teammates to be able to handle their own fights in those specific lanes, as well as trust them to get the timing right so that you can push out together.
I mean, then it makes you all wonder. Like, it's like, okay, see, that's the thing. A bigger map, like, imagine if you're playing on Lotus, which we could be seeing soon. If you don't flank over there, when you've got three sites, or even on this map, you can play with so much of map control. Is a very small thing. Like, in many people's eyes, this game is an FPS. Shoot heads, get wins. It's as simple as that. But map control makes you play a lot. Like you get a lot of understanding of where your opponents could be. You can understand their habits. And I think so that is what they caught on to, Maeve. That's what they did. Team on defense simply realized that hey, these people are doing a 5 stack. Or they're doing a split into link and main. But they're never having a flank from B who's gonna come from there, or like a full roundabout. And clearly that is where everything was going down. Like you could break the KJ abilities at mid doors. But then what? You're not pushing, you're not aggressing. So why should I care?
You're right. And another thing is that there was very little usage of good info. I mean, we have a sky, but the sky isn't really being utilized in a way that makes it easy for them to stack sites. I mean, sky needs to be used for early info and then to re-clear early info. So you flash A main early on. If nobody's there, you flash it again in a minute. And so they need to be able to use this sky to clear and re-clear and then get info so that they can stack wherever they think they are, because they need to realize it's Nexus 7, they go wherever they start at. They don't really rotate.
Unless it's the very end and you have to pray to God. That's all.
Absolutely.
But I think so we're going to take a short break because the server lag, I think the players are not feeling comfortable to play. It's going to be a little bit of a break. Stay tuned. Stay right here. We will be back. Please wait. You now want to watch this game and see what happens. Does the main team win or the academy team win? We'll find out in a few. So stay right here.
And we're back. Slowly fixing our little technical issues. Apparently, some service in Europe not so good, but hey, at least we're back, huh? Are you ready for the second half?
I mean, at this point, we all are ready for the second half. I'm so sorry for all the viewers who are waiting. Trust me, I was in the same criteria. I am in the same criteria as you all. You now wait like, okay, what could be expected? I'm thinking about all the strategies I could be playing in my head. But then I realized there's no point. We are going half over. We are going to pistols. Anything can happen. The score has ended at 7-5.
It's a new beginning. I mean, 7-5 is pretty balanced on this map.
Exactly. Get the pistol and you're 7-all. Guess what? You're tied. And then it begins again because then you have to play on the bonus. Now, whoever gets the bonus, then you depend on the economy. You can have a 9-5, you can have a 9-7. You never know. But I think that the pistol rounds will be as crucial as it can be, to be honest. Like, quite crucial. Because the players are coming back to be a little bit rustic. What do you feel, gets?
Pistol rounds are everything in this game. I mean, you get the pistol, then you get the eco round right after that, and then the bonus. I mean, the bonus is stacked against you, but it's not unwinnable. You're set up really well to win a bonus on this game. And then if you win the bonus, I mean, you're just steamrolling. And we're heading in now, and we're actually seeing some splits right off the bat here from Mauve.
Oh, this is interesting. A split, but again, a split focusing onto one side. But clearly it's going in the opposite direction of where the main util is. Like the wiper wall is at the main. And guess what? Using the high tide and the harbor utility, they're trying to push
Very
on the
fast
side.
game.
Exactly, but the attackers are wondering when to push onto site.
Spike planted.
They have been put onto site, and here we go. The force plan begins, taking control of Amy, and I'm surprised they didn't go back of side just to get some more information.
I mean, this pick was so good. They split from short, they split from main, and they pushed at the same time. Perfect pick.
If they're getting another, and the double peeking wing quite crucial. It's a 3v3 left at the clock. The heal might be coming. I don't know how much time might be left. Plant is ticking. High flash being ready, but guess what? They're not checking the corners.
It's still a 2v2.
Yeah. What is happening? The turret. He's ignoring the turret. The turret is going to take you down if you do so. But a headshot coming to play, but he gets his man. But the plant.
I was wrong. It was a 2v3. That turret did everything.
Timmy.
Not
Clutching the
enough.
round fire. Timmy clutches and take it to 8-5. And guess what? We are not looking at.
The value that turret gets on pistol rounds is honestly to me as good as Sage Wall. It's so good. I mean, it's so hard to break that with your classic, and it'll shoot you forever.
But I mean, pistols have their own ups and downs. I mean, I would just say this. Clearly, you have to wonder at certain point that okay, you get the pistols, but after that, what do you do next is also quite crucial because pistol might help you. Like if you see the last game, maybe me talking about something else, but the game against PaperX and Loud. Loud won the pistols. PaperX were mad, and they force bought and they made it 1-all. On Pearl as well. I was looking at the map on Pearl. It went to 4-1 and it looked like PaperX was losing. And I thought PaperX lost, but turns out they won. And I didn't even realize it. So that's the thing. You can force by, you can push away on the side. But clearly in this game, another push onto A. I feel like A is the favorite. I think it could be due to the composition. Like
I think
having a
they
half
like. I think they just like coming in from
Spike
short
planted.
here, and yes, yep, forcing is an option, but it looks like Nexus 7 are actually just gonna go for the
Ooh, the
save here.
timing.
But it's good enough.
Oh, Bayukin going down and just
Clean shots from Nexus 7 here.
Yep. But the Astra stars have been put down just to delay the plan because clearly we know what is going to happen. Suck comes into way, pushing you away from side. But Astra going down, this could be useful. Putting on the pressure.
This is already a really strong save from Nexus.
Yeah.
Last player.
Why are
standing.
I'm surprised
One
that he
enemy
was...
remains.
Oh!
What a
Nothing.
crazy couple of shots.
Yeah, I was wondering why wasn't Ryu like going for...
Thrifty.
He was not going for what we say. He was not going for the diffuse. He was waiting for the peak. But the peaks have worked in his favor. Getting a beautiful shell shot at the end, a headshot to end it off, and giving his
Two
team.
beautiful shots.
Yep.
On the last two remaining, I mean, incredible.
It makes you wonder how talented these kids are. And that's good to see. We want to see all these players show their level best and do their level best as well. Because that's what we want. We want to see them do amazing.
I mean, not doing good is good, but I mean that round was so important because that just flips the script entirely. Now Mauve are on a save, and Nexus 7 have a full buy as we see someone missing their lineup.
Oh,
Again.
the lineup, the hoops. He's going for a 2-pointer, but he misses.
He needs to work
And-
on his shots, and
Yeah.
again.
And it's being in short. It's being bloody getting cooked. That's all that's happening. over there.
That's rough. That's really rough. But at least he gets the smoke done to delay that a little bit.
Yeah, but then now you can see where the harbor wall, harbor height I just put on the side of A, whereas on B there's no presence shown. There's neither any presence on mid. Like we saw a little bit, but the split. If I'm correct, that is Vixen who's playing as a flank. That is very interesting. Skydog giving away the presence. Will it force a rotate? Yes, it does.
That's really good presence from Sky there at A. Getting that dog down, making them think that there is some numbers towards A, keeping two people there while they rush into B.
Ooh, the flash comes into play with the cove as well. Miz gets his man.
Spike planted.
With the advantage of the defenders. Just one in the cascade, the flooding, everything. Using the cove, they could stick it to half. Okay,
But the
move!
dog stuck.
What?
Well, alright.
Okay, there you go, Vixen on the flank, helping it out. And you tend to wonder what more can do. But
Through the
Wiz
smoke.
again. Yeah, through the smoke, but he's pushing out. You have to push out. Risen on the flank. Yes, they do.
One enemy
When
remaining.
you to half, you see is man. But guess what? It is that is that. The ball goes down, and Miz helping his team get another round.
Remember, your
Getting a
weapon is
3K.
only a
And clearly, I think so, I just saw Ryu fly really high. Was it just me?
I think he
Okay,
double
okay.
up Ruffler from heaven there. And I mean, that harbor wall, put that down, start diffusing. If you have numbers on this map, I mean, it's good. It's great. There's not much that Mauve can do there.
Yeah. It's gonna be crucial. It's gonna be very, very, very
It's
crucial.
our
But
first
yeah,
full buy round here now.
both the teams, and we see an operator in the hands of
placing
Ryu.
swarm grenade.
I'm curious. I don't think so. I've seen Ryu on the op because I expected later in the flash, but the sky flash giving away presence. Like, but Ryu looking,
kill.
fixes man.
Beautiful
Burican
first
goes. Exactly, Burican goes down, and thank you very much. But this angle is off. Ooh, quite interesting to hold that angle. But with the fake smokes, allowing the team to rotate back, and now they have to cycle again. But this time we see how aggressive Viper is, and so is Astra. Being on both A link, like Viper's at mid doors, whereas Astra is just looking at link, just wondering, okay, if anybody comes,
know-
if the alarm bot gets triggered, it's that.
I mean, Ryu gets a first kill and they're just immediately starting to rotate, which is a bit preemptive, I think, from Nexus Mauve here because they need to make a little bit more presence with B, make them think that they're still coming, like they don't have any map control here. They're basically starting the round over again, but with only a minute left. So they're gonna have to move fast here and they're gonna need to take control really
I've
fast.
got your trail.
As they're heading clutches this harbor here.
But clearly, as you were talking, the alarm bot comes into play, it gets triggered, but timing. They know that there's somebody there.
I gotta say, I think this harbor messed himself up with this wall.
30 seconds left.
I mean, he did.
Spike
He
planted.
tried as well, but like the cut wasn't the ideal one, and now clearly
Not.
the reckoning is going to be used in a minute or a few, and the way, and I clearly see the reckoning being used, and now all the defenders are being pushed back, but they have to push all through the reckoning. Would they expect it? No, they don't. What?
They don't care. They're just gonna push right through it. And
player
honestly, I'm
standing.
just happy that they used the Reckoning. Unlike last half, where they kept it for 4 rounds straight. I'm glad that they used it. Didn't
Yeah,
quite work out for them. I mean,
Team
you know,
ace.
Nexus 7 just deciding to ignore its existence and just run right through it.
I
But
mean, that's the thing about the Reckoning. You can get a lot of information out of it, but the stalling presence only works if you've got something else with it. So imagine if you have the Reckoning and you put it down. You're making players play around maybe with another agent like a Princeton, you have an Orbital Strike or an Aftershock, or even an Astra Wall to just push them onto the side, like just cut them off in a way. But other than that, the Reckoning will help you get information of where they are. But I think so nobody was looking on top. Nobody was looking where the rings were being made. So yeah, that's that. And clearly now
Nexus
sorry.
Mauve need to make a comeback here.
Get
They
out
won
of
the
my
pistol,
way.
but they've lost 3 rounds in a row.
Oh my god.
He needs to go back
That-
to the customs on that one. He needs to figure out a lineup that's better than what he's trying there.
Yeah, I think so. He's messing it up. He might be thinking about the old map. I think so. That's why he might be worried. I'm not so sure, but it's not looking good, is it now?
Did they change that? I don't think they
Grenade
did.
out.
I have no idea, but you never know. The flash coming, getting the Timmy gets targeting, and the spray begins.
It's a 5-person fast push on. Oh my god! What a devastating
planted.
whiff.
Oh, that was sad. Clove, okay, breaking the clove down. Interesting. The plant is down.
Another kill. I mean, just
Last
one left
player
on side
standing.
and goes down, and the last is on Secret here. Not much they can do, I don't think.
Yeah. What is he doing? Is he trying to push
Taking
on the
spot
Oh no, okay. I mean, they have a lot of time under them. They look at the spike. I think they have like 18 seconds. So I think so that was just like, you know what, we'll just try a level best, and Nexus 7 are like, yep, you know what, playtime's over, you're pushing on.
I think they're just not ready for the aggression that Nexus 7 have. I mean, the moment that they see an opening, Nexus 7 are just pushing, and Nexus Mauve are just kind of getting caught out in so many of these situations just with nothing to do. They need to get a plan together because it seems like they're taking side and then they're kind of losing on the post plan because they actually don't have a plan for it. And we're gonna see this lineup again.
Oh, come on, man. Will he get
Come
it
on,
right?
he got it this time. He's gonna get it this time.
Ah, for fuck crying out loud.
Damn.
Yeah, Ryu on the
Oh,
off,
that's a
but...
bummer.
Oh, this flank, thank you very
What a
much. What?
shot.
Wait, hold up. The
Shield going
was
up.
out in the open. Hello? Wait, okay,
That
why were
shot from Ryu was so nice. A very micro adjustment. His crosshair wasn't even on him. I didn't even see it move. Such a nice shot from him.
It was on top of Harbor, so you had to just put it down.
What a
get
perfect
the
micro adjustment.
and thank you very much. That's all that there is.
Scout
And clearly
destroyed.
now the attackers are like, okay, we have lost our initiator, we have lost our controller. What do? We just
Is he gonna dry peek this? It looks like he is.
Here.
Oh, this we don't have we don't have the
Oh.
view of it either.
Oh, come on, man. And there's nobody even playing. Like, you can see that the cage are waiting for somebody to hopefully be like, you know, we'll just aggress and play the flank.
I
But
think
the Astro Wall is available, so ideally you can cut side, but...
this is good from Mauve here.
Yeah,
Pushing
this
A side is good. A side is weak right now. They just need to get Ryu off the angle here on his op, and then they can just flood side and play post plant. But it
But-
seems like
30
step 1 of that
seconds left.
plan is a little more difficult than I'm letting on.
No, I mean, you can use the Astro Wall to block on the vision.
You know,
Yeah,
I don't
but
have I don't think they're going to.
And this is going for a save? I feel like they're just going to do that. They're like, you know what, we'll just save it out. So that could be a
If there's
dash.
anything I know about Nexus Mauve, it's that
10
they
seconds
hate that
left.
Astro Wall.
Ah, yeah. And they shy away from the Astro Wall so much, so...
I think they're just waiting too long for the perfect opportunity, but they need to realize that not using it here may not be the perfect opportunity, but it's still a lost round, and these rack up. I mean, they were 7-5, now it's 8-10. They need to get this attack half under control.
Yeah, exactly. If they do, it'll be good. But meanwhile, the defense are just showing that, yeah, you know what, we'll have one jet and we will show you how crucial it is. And that's what Ryu's do. On the defense, he's been quite immaculate. You could see in the last round as well, like the round previous to this, when he was on B, he got 2 shots, pushed back, got another. Thank you very much. That was that.
Very patient and very good at taking control and then giving it up when he can't hold it. Very good on this op here. And oh, he got it!
Oh, yeah.
Fine, but
No effect. No effect.
No.
Oh, what?
But it doesn't matter. The spam through smoke is perfect.
But the spike is down.
Dog coming in. There's still 2 more people there.
Yeah, the Viper Molly being put down there. But I think they've got the spike. Yep, they've got the spike in their control. The Reckoning being pushed against them, which is interesting. They're going on the location like, hey, there are 2 people here. But are they seeing
Perfect.
this?
Perfectly
No,
placed Reckoning to delay their. They know that they have numbers. I mean, Nexus 7. They know they have numbers, and they get that Reckoning out. That's gonna cost them though. That equalizes the numbers of it.
Oh my god! You just jumping, hoping,
enemy
understanding. But
Perfect
Skinny,
flank.
Down B.
Skinny Demon just doing what he did. He did the Reckoning, and then he did a perfect rotation from maybe like from Link all the way back to mid
Right
doors,
there.
and they didn't expect it. But guess what? This flank has backfired. Now what is
30
KJ
seconds
got?
left.
I'm trying to wonder
mean,
what can KJ do because they
This
he
has
has a
been.
no. So wait, if he the clove comes into play. Okay,
Dude, there's no way.
no,
He
wait,
gets
what?
one.
He hurt himself.
Oh,
Oh,
he
wait.
did. He just walks through it. I thought he might have gotten him there. I mean,
Yeah,
that
and
that
then-
was a perfect round from Skinny Demon.
Right
I mean,
there.
that Reckoning right when they had the numbers advantage and they knew that Nexus Mauve were now stuck kind of in limbo between A and B, unsure where to go because they knew that Ryu had B control and then they had A control anyway. So then that Reckoning was perfect for him to flank around and he did it perfectly. I mean, the timing was amazing and he was quiet. And then he got the last 2. That was
Ken? 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 Okay. I have lost my partner in crime and I am back here for the play-by-play. Ryu is now holding a good angle and this time, are they going to dry peek again? I don't want them to dry peek. With this cascade, they are pushing it. A shot comes in. It was a pray and a dream
You
and a
should
hope
run.
and anything more with it. But the lockdown coming to way, pushing away Ryu. Ryu could get one. And guess what? They are going to be... Do they? Do they? They're waiting. They don't utilize the ass
fight
cover.
it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry. But they do it now. But this ultimate, can it be used into their
Spike
favor?
planted.
Because the abilities have been put down. They know that
I've got
somebody
your
could be
trail.
there. But the minute this wall goes away, with the util, with
great
the,
kill from Sim.
yeah, they're utilizing all their abilities right now. They want to take it to, they want to win this round and they want to end it off in style. The diffuse is already on its way. The dog.
I mean, this is impossible to stop. This is impossible for Mauve to stop here.
Oh, at the very last second.
Gets
Very last second.
That's what I wanted to see from Mauve on the defense round, but I didn't get it. I wanted to see them use their ults proactively, use their ults to either retake fast or deny the plant, but we just weren't seeing it. We saw them hang on to their ults for far too long, but on the flip side, we see Nexus 7 using the ults perfect.
I mean, what more could we ask? But we are going to map one match point because, interesting enough, to be honest, now you wonder how much more is left, and he's again missed it.
He's back to missing it. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, no, I
he
mean,
needs to hit the customs a little bit more.
I mean, or use another smoke because it's not working out. I mean, the team is winning. There's wall is used, but the utilization of the pit. Oh, interesting.
You know,
With
that's
the
his.
reckoning, oh, they know where he is. They know where he is. He's just running around. Yes, that is.
But it's
So fast. It's a kill. It's a very crucial kill as well. But the plant will come down. No, it won't.
I mean, he's denied. The plan is
Last
denied, and
player
the 2
standing.
more kills. Ryu even getting one through the smoke with his off.
Oh, baby, baby. What can you do? I think he's seen the
Rick
leg.
now with everything to do to keep
Oh,
him.
no.
Defenders win.
But unable to control his spray the same way Nexus Mauve were unable to control his half. Truly poetic.
Oh, oof. Map 1 goes to Nexus 7, and now it makes you question, makes you wonder what more can be done? What more can we see? What more do we want to see? Clearly, I think so over here, both the teams have to realize one thing. It's a big map. Flanks is the name of the game.
It's
Map
a
control
big
is-
map. Yeah, map
Yeah.
control. Exactly. It's a big map. You're right. And they need to get way more control of the map. They need to make way more. They need to create question marks on the map because they're just hitting sites. What they need to do is they need to create question marks. Like for example, in Pearl, they need to, if they're going B, they need to create a question mark in A main so that the defenders are unsure of whether they want to rotate or not. They need to create these question marks that require util to create a clear and manpower to clear. And without that, I mean, they're just gonna keep running into stacks.
अभी क्या ही oh, I just spoke in Hindi. I just realized like what on earth, and I just realized like okay, you know what? I might speak in my own regional language. So I was gonna say kya hi bole. Now kya hi bole means what can I say? And now people are like, wait, he's speaking Hindi. Nice. But yeah, clearly I wanted to say this. We have seen this, and it makes you want to question. On the next map, we're going to fracture. If you don't have a flank, my god, you are not utilizing this map. It makes you want to question everything then. Because at
They're
that
not
point,
splitting up. I mean, if they're not splitting up on fracture, I mean, what's the point of playing fracture, right?
yeah, you know what? We'll just go. You know what? Banning all the other maps and keeping fracture and not playing a flank, it literally feels like you are looking at your food, appreciating it, but not savoring it. Like it's like I use this metaphor whenever I'm casting over here. It's a steak. Imagine a nice steak. You've got a nice Wagyu steak, A5 steak. The steak is there. Now you've been told do not use oil and cook. But you put oil. That's the whole point. The
I guess
meat,
so.
The meat can cook itself with the fat. But if you use oil, then what's the point? To enjoy a meat. But that's the whole point. We're going to fracture. Ket, do you have anything to say before we take a break for the next round?
I mean, fracture, I'm really excited. I have a lot to say about fracture, but I think we can take that break real quick and then we can come back and then talk about fracture so it's still fresh in our minds.
Exactly. So stay right there. We'll be right back in a few.
And we're back. We're back and ready for Fracture. I mean, that first map was something. I mean, it was 7-5 at the half. Mauve won the pistol, and then Nexus 7 just came in swinging, dominating the rest of the game, and then nothing that Mauve could do, really. They just couldn't regain control of that map.
All I want to say is now we know which team is playing where. So I'm happy. I'm just happy. I'm just happy by that. For anybody in the chat who was realizing, like, okay, the casters were confused, so was the production. So you don't need to worry. While the
I think the
production,
players were confused too. I mean,
yeah,
honestly,
that's
I
what.
think they
I
didn't
mean,
know they
yeah,
were playing for.
yeah. It's like, yeah, are we in the academy team? Are we not in the academy team? Are the casters okay? Are the casters not okay? But yeah, clearly getting into fracture. Like I stated this, fracture, you need a split and a flank. But no, getting all serious. If I want to see one thing today, I know it's just a me thing, but I would like to see chamber. But I see the chances of that are very low. So I want to see a dual composition of Raze and Neon. How do you feel that would play out, kids?
I think a composition of Raze and Neon wouldn't be too bad, but I don't think Mauve have ever played this map in this tournament, so I'm excited to see what kind of comp that they bring out. But I mean, I'm terrified for Mauve, actually. Let me tell you why. Because while Mauve have not played this map at all this tournament, this is the map that Nexus 7 have played the most, having played it 5 times this tournament. So they have a lot more reps on this than Mauve, and being one down, it's going to be difficult for them to equalize this.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for Marv because now you tend to wonder, okay, what can we do? We're seeing KO. Interesting KO on both the sides.
It's very unusual, but Nexus 7 have been running this Breach KO combination every time they play this map, and that's a lot of times, but it's very odd since
How many times have they
usually
won the maps, by the way? Just curious because
Eh,
Statsman right here.
they've won it about 50-50. They have about a
Oh, okay.
66% win rate here, 60% win rate here.
Okay, that's good.
But it's
That's good.
odd because it's usually Fade that you see instead of KO on this map for that information. So
Yeah.
both sides running Breach KO means that neither side have good ability to clear and re-clear for information.
I mean, the interesting part over here is if you have KO and you put the null command and you activate the ultimate, if you immediately do that, you stop the operative strike and you stop a lockdown as well. So you have that.
That could happen, but we've seen Nexus 7 run through a harbor ult, so I wouldn't be surprised if they ran through a KO ult too.
No, KO halt will only stop the ultimate. That's all it's trying to do, and that's all it will do. But at the same point, if you think about it, having the null command just be activated is gonna stop any form of util as well. And clearly we're seeing a split on the Q knife coming to it, detecting, I think so just
We're seeing
the
just the KJ on the lurk here as we get into with Mauve starting out on defense with a heavy arcade, very heavy arcade.
I'm wondering what just happened.
Seems to have happened.
Yeah,
With
I don't know.
flash doesn't work.
Yeah, and this has already backfired, hasn't it? The flash, and that's the thing with. Oh,
They've just taken side.
they have. There's something going on, but I don't know what is happening over here.
The plan is denied.
Spike down
The
B.
plant is denied, and we are in a
Last
2v3.
player standing.
Clearly missed this situation, double that and has the team out, but yeah, it gets the job done. The plant might go down.
A little bit of
And-
confusion in the server here with some issues as well. Looks like we're
Yeah.
gonna get a restart of the game actually.
We're going for a rollback. Reload. Oh, wait. What? I'm so confused.
Well,
Wow.
looks like they're confused too.
Yeah. Wait. What?
Alright,
What?
looks like we're getting a reset of the map here.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I'm kind of confused here. Do we just like let's just act like we like the tape, like the mixtape used to be in the like. We're back again, guys. We're back to the first round, and yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel this competition is gonna go?
Where is the breach? He's disconnected.
Oh, come on, nah, fam.
Where's the breach gone?
Yeah.
I think breach
This
might
is-
still be on Pearl. He's a bit, he misses the map, so he's just kind of hanging out back there still.
Yeah, Peach. Oh, he started the game. I think so. We have to call for a pause. Just pause it, please. Somebody pause it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're not going to be playing without their
Yeah.
without their breach.
No flashes, no stuns, no no abilities. Okay, he has reconnected, and we are happy to see that.
All
Is
right.
he on? Let's see if he's activated. He's moving. He's moving, lads. He's moving. Okay.
He's back. All right. We
He's
actually
back.
are going to start this game for real and actually seeing the exact same strat from Nexus 7 here with that fast, heavy arcade control.
As they should, but this time I thought they'll just play around a little bit. I think so that also played if you think about it. Do you see a 3-man stack at A? Which we didn't
It
see last round, so
it does look like Mauve are expecting Nexus 7 to change it up on this rollback, but Nexus 7 are just gonna run it down the exact same way. Very quick, very fast, and they've already gotten arcade.
they've gotten information of drop as well, and sorry, tower, and now they're gonna be able to like, yep, you know what, push through, get on. But this flank again, Bayukin is on. Still he's not on a unit, he's on a cage. Oh, sorry, KJ, I'm saying. KO, yeah. This guy's given away, and the plant comes down immediately. Defenders just
Spike
being a little
planted.
bit weak this time, aren't they?
I mean, without that tower control that we had the last time, it just doesn't work. You can't hold this side from this side. You're just gonna get flooded from the two sides.
Yeah, and the aftershot
player
being used
standing.
very
One
much well. But oh
enemy.
my god! But it's not enough, is it now?
Brings
Because
it down to a 1v1, but cannot close it out, unfortunately,
So the German has
against Skinny Demon.
yeah. Thank you, Skimmy Demon. I heard that you appreciated me. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I will try to do my level best, be a good caster, and get better with time. But yeah, clearly this attack has worked in their favor. This mini split has worked. They are putting an emphasis on tower as well as main, which is good. You need that. But now
I-
what do they do?
I think Mauve overthought that round. I think they thought, with the rollback, Nexus 7 are going to do something very different, and they just did the same thing. And now Mauve are down to save. And again, Nexus 7 are hitting the perfect side with less people, the weaker side.
That is what you want to see. That is what you get. But clearly
Nice
now,
position from again.
exactly. But I want to even discuss this. There's while the plant goes down, and I think so we're going to. Oh my god, the drop! Oh, the noise! If he had just done a slower drop,
Spike
maybe it would have
planted.
worked. His feet would not been seen through the smokes.
Nexus 7
Oh.
have bought multiple full rifles on this second round. Something you don't really see very often at all.
Last player standing.
Okay, Josa getting his man and leaving it all alone to Rigged. What can Rigged do? He's with a shorty. Shorty! But
You
no,
could
I was
even
talking about this.
say that it's rigged against him.
Wow!
But it doesn't matter. He can get one with the shorty.
Okay, now let us see what we're gonna do. Okay.
It's definitely rigged against
Try
him.
harder.
Yes, it was rigged. But guess what? He got it to very low. They nearly lost a gun over there as well. If you keep that in mind, they were.
Yeah, I mean, they bought Vandals on that round. Very rare to see that happen. I mean, the only team that I can think of that did that in the main circuit of VCT are the old FPX, and they don't really do that anymore as Navi either. So very, very rare, but it works out in their favor, and they managed to pick up the guns that were dropped as well. So they don't actually lose any of those Vandals in this round.
Yeah, you can. I mean, see, the problem is there. You have to play the economy. This game, we talk about map control. We talk about every other thing. But even another thing is economy and orbs, which I was going to bring apart into this map. You get 4 orbs. And clearly, and also there's another unique part for anybody playing this game. Like you can see right now, Izzy is the KO. Went from one side to another and shift goals. Is the
We might see a fight here in the opposite side of the Dagger spawn.
oh
The Sheriff wins out.
Yeah, the
This
flank
is-
working.
This bonus has so much potential for Nexus 7. They have good guns and now they have man advantage. If Mauve lose this bonus round, it's looking dire.
But
Spike
guess what?
down.
I mean,
B.
it's just like, yep, you can try to stop me, you
Last
cannot.
player
But
standing.
oh my god, he just goes down. Thank you very much, Josa getting his pick and leaving this to all alone to Vixen, the man with the champions Vandal,
Last
looking
player
at this
standing.
game, getting one. It's a 1v1.
Get perfect headshot.
just went up.
And a clutch. Wait, the plan didn't go down? Wait,
No,
what?
He couldn't because we saw him kill. I think it was Mist there who died while protecting Skinny Demon and then
Interesting.
just couldn't hold it down. Incredible clutch from Wicken here.
Yeah, that was nice. Wicken knew what he was doing. He isolated the fights, And I think so, that's another thing which you have to keep into mind. When you isolate yourself and when you dual peak, like if you're playing two different angles, you're in two different buttons, having a crossfire is very much helpful. But in this point, I think so, dual peaking would have helped out. But look over here. If we are going to see a battle on this, they have been detected. And
One
clearly
going
now
down.
the flash is going to come. Getting his man, this gets two. But rigged is right there, showing that this game might not be rigged. With a sheriff and a hope.
Out of charges.
And then support his man. Yeah, he doesn't need the orb. Yeah, exactly.
He has
But
the ult
plant
here
getting
now.
down. Yeah, the plant
He has
is
the
coming
ult for the
down.
retake, but it's worth noting that even though they won that round, Mauve have had to save because so many of them just died.
Flash out.
Exactly. It is a 3v3. So clearly an orbital strike is available, but Jusa is on site, of course. But the lockdown comes into play. This is going to be a very interesting lockdown. But the orbital strike working its duty, helping them out. And a clutch
Perfectly
has been done.
placed orbital style strike with the understanding that they're heavy towards Dish. Whoa, we're getting some
BM.
anger in that one.
A little bit of BM is good heavy here and there. I mean, I don't mind BM at this point. If you're playing a game, the mental fortitude is what you have to break.
That's
We talk about the mental. We talk about the mental, and like over here, you can see NS knowing that hey, look, we might give it away. Even in the 3v3, they were confident and realizing what to do.
I mean, I think he was just upset about the last one where he got clutched on.
Could be that as well. But clearly, one thing you can see is this over Reliance. Maybe you can see Miz is just they are pushing a lot. They're focusing a lot onto B. Now the issue with that is you can do that. There's no wrong. You are going to go into a point where you try to get tree control, or you can actually use tunnel, but they are not even using tunnel. So clearly the orbs which are there, you can get 2 orbs or 3 orbs. You can farm a lot of orbs. I know this. But that'll lead to a very slow game. But get the orbs, push on the side. Bam, bam, bam. But that's not being done. Rather over here, the players are slowly aggressing through tunnel.
Problem for Mauve here is that they can't rotate because they don't have any control. You see two people at A, they haven't re-cleared main. They haven't cleared dish. They have no idea where Nexus 7 are. So they can't actually stack B, and only when this push starts can they start rotating in.
Oh, the jet knife coming to play. Another very
Spike
interesting. If we
planted.
break into that, just for the plan. Okay, skinny demon. They're very
From
interesting.
underneath.
Yeah, no, the Rolling Thunder came after he was detected at tower, by the way.
Beautiful
Helping.
shot.
Yeah.
Spotting him out early on.
The null command, really? You need to activate the null command.
Enemy remaining.
But yeah, it helps out.
I'd rather them use it for one person than watch them hang on to it forever. So if it gets
Yeah.
you the round, it's worth it. And you know, Nexus 7 now at 4. A bit of an uphill battle for Mauve here. They need to start taking control of this defense half, start exploring a little bit, start getting more control of the map so that they have more information.
I realized this. Okay, so Vixen and R were the last 2 players left at the end, but they were 1 orb away from the ultimate. So it's locked out. The null command was simply, I think, they used to just like pressure them, like, hey, you can't use any abilities. It was just like putting the pressure. But now they've got the ultimates, so they could be thinking of laying it on the post plant. Ideally, they would just be like, you know what, we'll give them the site, we're on the post plant, we've got an orbital site, we've got a rolling thunder, let them go into A or B. We are going to clutch this thing. Even though they are on a field.
Once again, we see Mauve playing extremely passively and then over-rotating at the first sign of information, and Nexus 7 reading that perfectly and pushing towards A, which is now left alone.
It's left all alone. But guess what? What's happening here? Vixen has the rolling thunder.
This Rolling Thunder
Yeah.
could be everything, combined with the Razor's rocket.
Okay. Showstopper!
Showstopper.
Showstopper! Why do I know it's a showstopper? Because I just wrote an article on Raze. But okay, the sheriffs are coming in
The
clutch.
trades are
Guess what?
coming in good.
The orbital
Last
strike, the
player
orbital
standing.
strike. Ah, no, no.
Just a
Okay,
little rushed on the shots instead of taking his time.
Yeah, I mean, you can give your analysis, but I would like to just say something after that. So, Cat, I am trying to
Placing
control
sentry.
myself, but yeah, it feels a little bit frustrating because just look at. Okay, wait, hold up. Skinny Demon has got 5 assists and 12 kills. Lads,
He's on
only-
12 too.
we are on 7 rounds. We're on round 7. What is happening over here? He's going to get another Rolling
Don't
Thunder at this
overthink
point.
it. That's my job.
Wow.
He's on 12 too. He's about to roll in thunder yet again.
It's a very interesting knife, just trying to detect if anybody's there. But crucially, I would actually aim a knife for tower, but clearly that has been done. The lockdown is coming into play. A beautiful lockdown on the tunnel. Clearly, it's been angled such a way that every player has to now wait. But the lockdown has been Wait, what? How?
How did that
Observer.
happen now?
Wait, oh, come on, man. I didn't even see that. Like, how? Because I'm kind of curious as to...
You see them take a side here though.
Exactly. Now, due to the lockdown, that distraction which is coming to play, but missed. He just being there at first team. Even though the lockdown failed, he's like, nope, I'm just gonna be there. Body barrier.
Too late.
You are a demon. You have that heart,
Sorry, kid.
angry black heart, filled with vengeance and chaos, and all you can think about is kills, 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 isn't that? But
This
R,
retake is going to be
Last player standing.
yeah, but guess what? R is all alone. And so does what Skinny Demon does? He just stuns.
yet another skinny demon round, I guess.
Yeah. What more do you want me to say? What more do you want me to say about this
15
man?
and 2.
15 and 2 with the 5 assists. Okay. Clearly, okay. The attack, they're having a good face of difference. But the only issue here is what we are seeing is there's no duels at A main, B main, dish, or a tower. Like they're allowing them entering into sight. Like just there's nobody at A main. Like have you seen A main ever been contested? I don't think so.
No, and that's what I was talking about. Mauve need to take control, and they're finally seeming to do that here on Dish and an arcade here. But they're walking into
Trouble. And KO going down. That's what we want to see. That's what we like. With the KO. Now the ultimate. Okay, skinny demon.
He can't be
Aw.
stopped.
He
As
was
he is.
As he is stopped. He
As
can't
he
be
is
stopped.
stopped.
You cannot stop something that's already stopped. But
You know,
they don't know
the
the
idea
position
of
of Ryu.
remaining.
They don't know the position of Ryu. They don't.
Right between the
R is just wondering, hey, where can I go? Nowhere. Goes that just wins you. Taking it for next 7 maps for Nexus 7.
It's not the man, it's the idea as Nexus 7 are at 7, like you said. And they're just controlling this map so much. I mean, there's nothing that Mauve are able to do, and I think it still keeps coming down to their lack of control.
That could be very much important because now it makes you wonder, okay, what more can we do? Okay, so turns out that lockdown was destroyed by an orbital strike again. Nice. So I think so. This whole usage. Okay, a peak, but Riggs goes down.
Very bold peak for a KJ to do in that situation.
And Chaos with the stringer, but I think they know where Chaos is. The pop flash, not being a good enough flash, but he gets one.
Spike
and
down,
I think
B.
that is that. R going down as well.
One
and-
enemy remaining.
Too.
Yeah, no, the pop flash didn't
Spike
work,
planted.
but luckily his teammates were there for the what do you call that? Raid. Yes. Excuse me, it's nearly like 12:30. Oh yeah, I'm literally on like it's 12:30 in the evening, morning. It's 12:30 a.m. for me almost, and I'm over here just like, yeah.
I don't blame you. I mean, this map has gone by so fast that I think I'm still on round 2. I cannot believe that it's 1-8.
Yeah, it's 1-8, and Nexus 7 are demolishing Mauve at this point, like Mauve. And you tend to wonder, this is the difference between the academy and the real deal.
I
But
didn't
clearly
even-
now, I mean it is, but what could be done differently? Like right now you can see Brim and oh that's interesting. You can see R and Sim. I guess it's Sim. They are contesting A main.
This is what
And
they need
they
to do
couldn't-
from round 1. This is what they need
Yeah,
to do from the start.
And immediate rolling thunder coming to me. Just pushing on the flash, not working in their favor. But even though this is in the corner, R gets his man. Goes down and guess what? It's a 4v2 against.
Now it's 4v2. It looks like we're heading into 1-9, and I think Mauve are gonna have to save it after this. So not
Ideally they have to save. This is getting a bit too much. The
Spike
lockdown could
planted.
be used, but it'll be easily broken down with all the uses that is available.
Last player
The flash comes in, but the flash is not effective. T1, Rig is realizing, yep, this is Rig for me, and taking the lead to 9-1.
rigged. I mean, even if you put out the KJ out, they're holding on to their Brim out just to break it down, and we're getting that timeout. finally, I mean, they really need to talk about getting control of this map because if they can bring it back to 9-3, it might be possible. You know, there's a lot of 9-3 curses, but it looks kind of done right now.
I mean, see, we were talking about them contesting A main, and they did just that, but it didn't work in their favor. Okay, fine, another opportunity in your hands. What do you go on to do next? Nothing, like legit nothing. And you're like, okay, wait, you had the time, you had the place, you had the momentum. So clearly now it makes you want to wonder, like, okay, what can be done? So now what can be done? It's simple as this.
I think someone needs to sneak into Skinny Demon's house and unplug his computer because he is at a 6.0 KDA, and that is absurd. To have on a breach? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if I want to do my calculation, that's in each round he's had a minimum of either 7 assists or kills. Like like what for every death that he's had, there have been either some deaths and some kills. Or if you want me to be a mathematical genius that I am, it is 4.25. It is 4.5%. For every kill, there is a 4.5 kill. Wait, what? How that even possible? Yeah, for every kill, there are 4. Wow. Okay,
He's
that's
been kind of going at it, and he's been hitting every shot he takes, getting at least one before he's traded out. Sometimes
Wait.
two, sometimes three.
Okay. What just happened over here?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we have a pause, but ideally, I was gonna say this that okay, the players didn't buy, but that was too late, lads. Come on, man. But anyhow,
1 second left.
So that's calculation according to me. Per death, he's had 4.5 kills, and per death, he's had 2.5 assists. What are we looking over here? This literally rounds up to almost like 7, and I'm like, huh?
And we see Mauve trying to scrape together a buy. It's not great. They have some light shields, some bulldogs, a guardian. What do you think about the guardian? I've always been a hater.
Okay, so here's my thoughts and prayers with you. If you're taking a guardian, you're dumb, unless you're practicing in aim, because
I
and
agree.
only because you have a marshal. Okay, a marshal on the body gives you 100 like it's 100 dot, and it is having a faster reload than a guardian. So bam bam, 2 shots, thank you very much. You hit the head and it's a KO. That I talked about KO, and I like that production. I give Magnum within
Fast.
just 5.
The
But
fast
there's
taking
a-
shower. I mean,
It's
tower.
like coming to the A, just pushing them, just delaying this. I wonder what on earth Skinny Demon is doing.
Right there.
One enemy
They're playing
remaining.
and toying with his
my
food.
Spike
Oh,
planted.
the flash down. Thank you very much,
What
Skinny.
do?
Dude, he's got 10 health.
He's really living up to the demon title.
Last
I
round.
mean,
Oh, he's got the
there's no
knife.
stopping him. He's 21-4. That's
Now I don't want to do.
more.
That was
That's even
5.25
more.
kills. That's 5.25 kills per death, and that's 3 assists per death.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness.
Goodness me, he's making me feel like I'm back in college. Oh, God.
He pushes smokes. He can flash. He can get assists. I mean, he'll just kill you. You said it right. It's an F. You and Bren said it right. It's an FPS game. You get shot in the head, you die.
Get out of my way.
It is as simple and as clear. And guess what? Now Ryu is just like, I am hungry. I cannot allow Demon to let you go. And he's already gone into spawn. What on earth?
Fasting.
Okay, trying. Okay, Demon can help him out. The martial art immediately getting the pick. But the spike is down on
Spike
spawn.
down.
And
Defender
just
spawn.
backfire. No, it doesn't. They just get the spawn and they're on to B side. This
And
Ringa Roses has worked very
A
well.
perfect lurk from Mist, getting B side while they're drawing attention to A and spawn,
One enemy remaining.
and they just have B side for free, and
Spike planted.
it's a 1v3.
The plant goes down, and now it wonders. Ryu is hungry. Ryu finishes off the style with a revo handle.
Watching here.
Oof.
You put an eye on the eye.
Yeah, thank
Switching
you so much.
That's cute.
Yeah, thank you. 11 and 1. Sides have changed. We thought we could see a 9-3 curse, but we cannot. We're seeing an 11-1 demolition in front of our eyes. Oh baby, oh baby.
The only one cursed are anybody that faces Skinny Demon 94. I mean, there's nothing
Yeah.
anybody can do about this guy. He's just running. I mean, he has double the kills of the next person on his team. There's
Yeah.
wow.
I'm trying to just calculate how many kills does he have when I compare to the other team. Okay. Okay. if you want to do a calculation, Vixen plus R is 13, plus Min is 18, plus Biokin is 2. That leads to 20. Skinny has more than them combined.
Smoke's down.
That's
What?
difficult. That's really difficult.
Man, I hope I get to see Skinny. Okay, now Skinny Man has been done. And he says thank you very much. He gets one pick, Biokin gets it back. He's like shutting him down. Like, nope, you don't need to work over here. R is trying to support his teammates right here. They're coming down from drop. But immediately this dry peak has very much affected. But what on earth am I seeing in front of my eyes?
Finally, it looks like Mauve have taken man advantage and some
Spike
control here, but
planted. One enemy remaining.
you.
We just got this man advantage and then lose
Player
it.
standing.
Like what?
Ace.
Ace?
It is.
Okay, fine. Biokin, sorry for telling that you were on 2 kills. My bad. My bad. Apologies.
I mean, that's exactly what Mauve needed. Byakuren coming in with, I mean, an ace that not just gives them a round, but boosts their morale. I mean, I still think it's impossible. I don't know if I believe the comeback yet, but it's a really good start.
I mean, I remember seeing this one map. I think which was the game? It was DRX. Yeah, DRX took it from 10-2 and they won the entire thing. So,
They did indeed against Billy, but
yeah. But you never know, man. You never know. I saw a game of DRX and I was happy and I was sad at the same time.
they had a good bind. Couldn't quite do so well in the next few maps.
Yeah, it is what it is. But we are back in Fracture. And fun fact, Fracture is now going to be gone. So it's going to be very interesting to see how things deal with this part as well. A free entry onto site. And
Mauve have already gotten the
Spike
plant down.
planted.
Yeah. No, but just like, yep, you know what, this time we are going to get our map. We are not going to allow this to be a one-sided demolition derby. We rather get our fight. We lose, but we fight, and we're going to do our best.
Rigged is going in for a big fight here on the flank.
Interesting. He has a tide as well, but the flash comes into way. And another pop flash, but Biokin doesn't get caught. And I created is not going to work in his favor. Big shit, yeah, man. And that is that. 11-3. Good.
Good cleanup on the anti-eco while Nexus 7 are on eco there. But
Yeah.
that's an expected round. I mean, this is going to be the big one. This is going to be make or
Crucial.
break here. Very crucial. It's either 3-12 or 4-11 with another anti-eco, which would be great.
I'm surprised.
for-
Look at wait, hold up. Look at Biokin. He's got 5,900 credits. Why is he not buying for his team? What is going on? Why is he not buying a better gun?
Massive mistake. I mean, they're playing this
What?
this round
Oh,
like it's
come on,
a
nah.
close score, but it's not.
Nah.
They need to take these risks. They need to buy up as much as possible because losing a single round here is the game.
Yeah, this
Not
doesn't
just the
make Yeah, it doesn't make sense because at some point you have to wonder, okay, if I can help out my team, I will. This is a bonus against them. So clearly, if he can even buy, like, he can buy maybe a bulldog. He had the money, which is making me wonder what on earth was he thinking.
He's
what did the
thinking like a
team-
normal bonus round. That's what it is, I think.
Yeah, there's specters. Sell the specters off each of your teammates, and the ace gave him a lot of money as well. So you allow your teammates to have cash on them for the next round. Meanwhile, you do it. So Rig getting the first pick of the game, saying thank you very much, and they're pushing on the side. Now the orb just helping it out, and I believe if R plants it down.
It looks like a very quick rotate to A as they realize that B is stacked completely.
Yeah, they got detected. I believe some did get detected, but Shmin with an arcade sheriff.
30
One of my favorite
seconds
skins in the
left.
game, like
Again,
I stated earlier.
terrible decision to make when you're 3-11 down to play with the sheriff. I mean, you need these rounds. You can't risk it.
Satchel out.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. He could just be like, you know what, I believe in my abilities. But he sees one and he's not even going for the pick. But he gets it at last. Thank God he does. Izzy was there in the open and just wondering, what more can I do? And the rotation is going to come from Dish. I really like that you put the swarm grenades, you put all the abilities from there. You just have to get, because your KJ is alive, but the rotation is coming into play. I don't think anybody sensed it. Producer! Thank you very much. R gets the pick. And I think so. Another round in the favor of.
They
Maybe.
managed to win the bonus flawlessly here. With only a little bit of damage onto Brim.
Turned out.
This is really, really good from Mauve right now, but they're gonna have to keep this up. I mean, it's only 4-11. They're gonna have to keep this up for at least 7 more rounds. And that's going to be a very tall task.
A very tall, very tall task indeed, and then it just makes you wonder: can they get it done? Can it be done? Can they make the comeback and take us to map 3? Oh, you never know.
I mean, it's uphill battle doesn't even begin to describe what Mauve have in front of them here. Skinny Demon still at 23-7, still
Time
keeping
for
his
field
KD
test.
very high. And it's really gonna come down to how well they can take these sites, but they're heading into a 4-stack here.
Yes. How is this happening? But I think so right now, Nexus 7 have just given up. You know what? This is gonna allow them on the side because exactly that. It's gonna be a bait and switch, but Vixen getting his pick. The interesting part was they're using the flash of Biokin as well as Vixen. So they knew what they were planning to do in the post plant. Now let's see what happened. The penetration was ideal, progression as well, but the flank, do they detect the flank? Yes, they do. They get the pick. What?
One enemy remaining.
He tried to line it
What?
up with the head right there. I do
What is
appreciate
happening?
him taking the time, but this is almost another flawless again from Mauve.
Wait,
Unless Ryu has something to say about it.
Ryu. Flash comes out, rotation in, isolation being done, and you want to wonder what more can be done
Lock
when
sight.
there is someone who can do. But in reality, he has to go and save his weapon because Vixen is right there to kill you.
Another
Oh
one?
no.
There's no
Another
time. As
Yeah.
time runs out, Mauve get
Ryu has to
another
save.
round.
Bot coming back.
It is a good save though from Ryu because now all of Nexus 7 can die.
Have you rotated teams by any chance? Like, has now players from Mauve gone into 7? Because it feels like when they're on defense, nobody knows what is happening. It's literally that. It's like we have come from 11-1 to 11-5. That's 4 rounds on the dot. And clearly now you can see Mauve slowly and steadily show their comfort on this game. Barukin is just back with a bang. Last round he had 2 kills, like last half. This half he's got 8 already.
He's popping off and oh, incredible start already as they rush into it.
I think so. I'm interested over here that Joseph running smoking main. Like what? Why are you doing that? But
Skinny Demon, they won.
There.
he has been right. If you think about it, he has
Mauve
been-
do have numbers advantage still.
Yes, they do. And even the health. Look at
Spike
Skinny Demon's health
planted.
is quite low. But this flash, just trying to clear out as much as they can. This is, I'm confused. Why did Joseph not use the smoke? And he could have a beautiful flick by Skinny Demon, getting his pick, getting 2. He's on 4 HP. Just use the rolling thunder. Just use it delayed. Yes, my boy. He's doing
We might
all
be
the
seeing
everything he
round
can.
12 here.
We are, but guess what? Might be having the correct. Yes, he does. He has the operative strike unlocked and ready. But this is gonna be crucial because rigged. If the lockdown
not
comes
planted.
in
Enemy
play,
remaining.
it is not. Oh no!
Last player
Getting his
standing.
man.
He gets
yes,
both.
How? Relax. Relax. We were not much point. Oh my god.
An
Okay, ambient,
incredible
ambient.
collab to get them to match point there. That must be crushing for Mauve to lose like that.
He went in, like how you talking about Demon? Demon has a black heart. He was thinking about the anger. He got his flicks, but then Izzy was simply like, "I'm gonna be calm, composed, and wait." Gets a half, refuse, and immediately gets the collat, finished off his style, and guess what? We're in the match point, and now they can't play on the post round because they have the null command there. So now that they have,
Starts off immediately.
yeah, but that's an interesting part. Ryu gets his pick from where? Wait, hold up, what?
He double updrafts from tower over a site and gets him at spawn. An incredible idea, and it works out perfectly. I want to see that shot. I wish we had seen it.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, I understand.
Yeah,
What?
like, who expects
what?
that?
Nah, wait. Nah, okay, to break down this round immediately, the Q knife was used to get control of Arc. Ryu from out of nowhere just gets a kill and spawn. That results in the KJ lockdown being used by the attackers because of the null command which is being used by the defenders, which is being used now, which you can see right now, and the null command is being used now.
2v5. It's looking like it's finished.
I am so baffled as to understand what happened with KJ. Oh my god, wait, he's got two! He's just delaying this defuse. R is trying to make sure that nobody gets
Oh, it's
through.
1v3. And
you get
it
man.
cannot be done. And there we go.
There we go. This was one of the most complexly trying to
Defenders
understand this round. Maybe confused, but okay. Let's just timeline. We first have the KO knife to get clear arcade. So fine. What does that do? It makes empty miss just rush and get the orb. He gets the orb. That results in him getting the ultimate. He gets the ultimate, and now like okay, fine. At that point, what happens by the defense is by the attack is that we are going to use our ultimate. They use the ultimate and they detect if I'm kind of the KO from the defense, but he doesn't die. So now because he doesn't die and they have just detected him, they're pushing onto site. The minute when they push onto site, the defending KO is like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to wait. It was easily. He's going to wait it out a bit because the defending KJ lockdown is put down. The plant is down, and now they're playing away from site. And now that makes you wonder, okay, now that all is done. What else is left? A defending KO null command to end it all because no util could be used then. And then it's just like, what? And that is that. Nexus 7 proving why they are the main team and proving why there is an academy and why they're called an academy.
You know, I mean, just to like go back to that last round again. I mean, I can't get over the first kill by by Jet from Nexus 7 there as he updrafts from tower. I mean, you have a fraction of a second to get a headshot and he gets it onto the Rays who's running up B. And then again, they have the KJ ult for the retake and it was just perfect. And then the round before, I mean, a heartbreaking mistake from Mauve planting in a way that they can't really hold the post plant. Planting behind that pillar there's no control of that. So it's just a bunch of mistakes from Mauve there on the final map and on the first map on the attacking half that led to a very clean tour for Nexus 7, as you said, proving why they're the A team. And I don't know if you know this, apparently Skinny Demon is a sub.
What? Oh, come on, man. Nah. If there's any tier 2 organizations, please sign them up because he is
incredible. I mean, coming in as a sub and going 28-9.
You have taken your team directly to the lower semifinals. This is a huge thing, to be honest. This clearly goes to show, like, sometimes, there's an opportunity loss for somebody else is a huge, bigger opportunity gain for somebody else. And now it makes you wonder, are we going to see Skinny Demon still be a sub? Or he is going to be the main man leading forward?
I
Nexus 7.
hope they make him a main man. I mean, he was still really good on Pearl as well. He was, the second top fragger on Pearl. Incredible value as Harbor. And then on this one, I mean, I don't even have to say anything on this one. 419 ACS. It speaks for itself.
I mean, wait, one second. I'm just curious to know this. Okay, this is a very interesting role. He is given the flex role as a sub, which is very interesting. It also shows one more thing that the team is confident that he knows his role well. When he played a Harbor, he was staying back. You could see him alive until the very end because the high tide was put over there and the reckoning was used. Or it was being saved sometimes by the defense, but we don't talk about that. But on Breach, he simply acted like, thank you very much, I'm going to be duelist number 3 and I'm going to cause ruckus over here. Taking the game by the storm, making it his game. I'm simply now going to, after this game ends, I'm going to go and see the VOD of the last round because that was incredible. I might never forget that as a caster because it confused me so much. But there were so many just micro things which I could observe and I was just like, wow. But clearly coming towards an end, I'd like to thank everybody who's in the chat. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for you, Kets, for being beside me. Thank you to the production team. And Kets, is there anything you want to add before we end off?
Congrats to Nexus 7. I mean, incredible performance from everybody. I mean, even on the side of Mauve, I mean, they did a really good job, especially on the defense half of Pearl. I think there's a lot of room to clean up, and I'm hoping to see them again, having cleaned that up. Very excited.
Yeah. People think that's for a disclaimer for people. Right now, it's about 12:40 in the morning for me. But I'm not going to sleep because I'm going to see Arsenal play football now. So thank you very much to not take this to map 3. I'm very happy. Nexus 7. You're amazing people. You're very sweet to me. But yeah, at this end, I would like to thank everybody. Thank you for being here. Please take care and never forget and always forget to rise up to the occasion and do your level best. Okay? Another than, we'll see you in the next one. Peace and goodbye.